Hey everybody, Pete here. If you've watched the channel, you know we're all about taking a look at and reviewing and giving our honest recommendations about products of all different types, around the house items, travel gear, tech, everyday carry. And today's video is going to be a little bit different because we're actually going to review one of the biggest shopping portals in the world, probably the biggest, Amazon. And I'm going to tell you about 10 mistakes that people make when they shop at Amazon and don't get the full benefit of it. Stick around to the end. If you're like me, you're no stranger to purchasing things online through one of the numerous purchasing portals out there. Amazon, Temu, there are so many of them out there right now, and they're great. I mean, we obviously know the convenience of being able to go online, find something that we want, look through a myriad of choices and make a choice, buy it, be out of there, and find it, on our doorstep or delivered inside of our garage the next day or two. It's a great service that we can avail ourselves to. And today I'm going to focus on Amazon because I want to share with you 10 tips and tricks and hacks that you can employ immediately that will help you not only have a better browsing and purchasing experience on Amazon, but probably could end up saving you money and making you aware of opportunities and options you may not have known that you had while shopping on Amazon. Let's get into it. If you go to Amazon and you're looking for a product and you want to just buy based on price alone, that could be a mistake that could end up costing you some money in the long run. And here's why. Oftentimes when you go to Amazon and you're scrolling through, you can see different types of products or the product that you're looking for, and there are different prices. And you may want to just go for the lowest possible price of that item. But there are a couple of embedded things in that may be the reason that that price is lower. If you're a Prime member, make sure that it indicates that you get free shipping on that item because it'll say, Prime deal. If you're not a Prime member and you scroll through and there are lower prices for the items, it may be because the shipping cost is higher than you might have expected. There's also the issue of the return policy. Sometimes people lower their prices on something because the return policy, and we'll get more into that a little bit later, but the return policy is not exactly what you expected it might be. So if you're looking on Amazon, make sure that you are looking not just for price alone, because sometimes the lowest price things are not as high quality, and sometimes the highest price things are not the best quality. Not reading the customer reviews is one of the biggest errors that somebody can make when they're going on Amazon and looking for a product that they may not know a lot about. Those reviews are an absolute treasure trove of information for you. It's free. It's information that folks have sat down and written out what their reviews are about and what they liked or disliked about the product. When you click on a product that you like in Amazon and you scroll down, you're going to find all the customer reviews. And all of the reviews have a 1 to 5 star rating. On the left, you'll see the breakdown of how many ratings a product got. This particular product got almost 50,000 ratings. Like I said, the ratings go from 1 to 5 stars, and at the top you'll see that you can filter these reviews by various different categories. Like I mentioned, these are broken down from 1 to 5 stars, and you'll see that there is a list of drop downs at the top. Top reviews, all reviewers, the number of stars. You can filter this by the number of stars the product got. And you can also, at the right, you'll see that you can filter by which ones contain text, image, or video. In this example here, here's a gentleman who loves his Keurig coffee maker. Gave it a 5-star rating and tells you why. And here, regarding the same coffee maker, was a customer who purchased it and was very disappointed, gave it 1 star and tells you why. And either way, it's super important because it gives you information that you need before you make a purchase. And based on what you've read and researched in the reviews, you can make a decision.
So don't make that mistake of missing the reviews.
Not writing your own review can be one of the biggest mistakes you can make on Amazon. Not because it has something to do with your purchasing, but it has to do with being able to give helpful information for people who are in the same boat you are. They're looking for a product. I have, through the years, reviewed hundreds of products on Amazon because I've been, buying things on Amazon for probably almost 20 years now, or however long Amazon's been around. And it's an opportunity for me to be able to tell, what this product is about. The 5-star rating, of course, we're all aware of. I've given a couple of 1-star ratings through the years, but I try to avoid that because that's for like people who are really disappointed in something they bought. I've given lots and lots and lots of 5-star ratings because when I review something, I research the product, whatever else like that, and then I get it and I use it and interact with it for a while, and I may give it a 5-star or a 4-star review because it's a good product, and I want to be able to say that to the folks out there. Also, if I buy a clothing item, one of the most important things that I can do is tell people, and you'll see this in some of the reviews if you're out there buying clothing products. Recently I bought a pair of shoes, and it ran a little bit small, and I had to say that on the review. I wear size 11s, and I ordered size 11s and they were too small, so I had to order the next size up. And you can tell people out there, and it helps them a lot. And even better, include a photo of whatever it is that you're reviewing. Reviewing products is one of the best ways where you can communicate to the Amazon purchasing population out there what you like about product, what's helped you, what you've been disappointed in.
Here's an example of a pair of shoes that I got recently and wrote a review on. I included a lot of photos so that people could see the color and the texture, and gave a little bit of detail about what I liked about the shoes. Your review doesn't even have to be long. You can just put a couple of sentences down and it'll ask for a title, and that's it.
Taking advantage of subscribe and save is one of the easiest ways that you can save money on products that you buy fairly often. For example, vitamin supplements or a food item or things like that that you run out of and don't want to have to always go back on every time you need it and buy it. With subscribe and save, it solves that problem.
For example, there's shampoo product. You'll see all the way to the right. It'll tell you about subscribe and save, and how much you can save off. 5% here if you subscribe. And if you click on it, you can set up how often you want to receive the product. And if you haven't used up all the product before the next installment comes, you can pause it, you can skip the next delivery, you can keep or cancel the subscription.
If you're already an Amazon Prime member, you already know of all the awesome benefits that come with being a Prime member. From the free shipping to the Amazon videos, to the photo and video storage in the cloud, and a myriad of other things, early access to deals. Amazon Prime is a great membership to have if you buy a lot on Amazon. Yes, the price is kind of high and it's gone up through the years for that each year membership. But if you buy a lot on Amazon and you buy mostly through on Prime deals that give you the free shipping, which I do, almost everything I buy is Prime, and so therefore I get the free, if they call it free shipping, you can kind of look at your Prime membership as paying for your shipping once a year. But if you buy a lot on Amazon and you use Prime and that free shipping, then by a few months in, typically you are saving more than $150 or whatever. I think the amount is up to $150 for Prime membership per year now. And you save that and you recoup that basically just in free shipping pretty quickly. Plus, of course, as I said, you have all the other myriad of benefits that come with Prime membership. So if you're not a Prime member, you may want to consider it. Comparing similar products is one of the best ways for you to find out if the item that you want is actually going to be the best thing for you. Take a look at the reviews. And as you compare different products and such, if you want to, for example, buy a little camera, a mini camera that's good for vlogging or, action activities, sports activities or whatever, take a look at the comparable products in the same price range. Take a look at the reviews. Take a look at the customers say section. Take a look at the Q&A section. These are all really helpful ways for you to educate yourself on, whether or not the instance of that product that you want to buy is going to be best for you. So earlier we talked about the customer reviews. In many of those customer reviews are customer photos. These are super important for you to look at, and here's why. The photos that you see when you click on an item and it comes up and you kind of swipe over to see what the next photo is, that the seller has put up, those are all professionally done photographs. They are the product in their best light, and they're going to, any flaws or anything else like that are going to be airbrushed out or taken out so that they can present a really good looking photo. But down there in those reviews, many of those reviews have photos in them, and that's what you want to take a look at. For example, especially with clothing items, take a look at photos. That if a customer has put photos in their reviews, take a look at those, and you can sort the customer reviews to show you the ones that have photos and videos. Super helpful, because you can see how, for example, an item of clothing looks on the person, to see if does it look good on, would that look good on you? Or if it's some other item, you can kind of tell the size of it. Is that going to be something that's going to be oversized for you as compared to some other items in the photo that you can compare it to naturally? And so make sure you look at the customer photos. They're one of the best ways to figure out if a product is good for you. It's extremely helpful and useful to check the question and answer section under the product that you're going to buy. Remember I was telling you about buying a vlogging camera. Recently I bought a vlogging camera, and I got it, and I was making some videos for YouTube on there, and I realized after that you could not attach an external microphone, and audio quality is really huge in terms of making videos, and I couldn't attach an external microphone, which really disappointed me, because sometimes if I want to put that little camera out on a big stick and extend it out 6 or 8, 10 feet, then the microphone's not going to pick me up very clearly. So I had to send that back, but it didn't say it. And in that case, I didn't pay attention to questions and answers, because you can ask those questions. Can you attach it? Some people may have already asked your question. Can you attach an external microphone to this? Or will this work with an iPhone 16? Or whatever other questions that you may have already been asked and answered down in the question and answer section. So make sure that you take a look at that section as well. We often make the mistake when we go on Amazon of thinking that everything on Amazon is sold by Amazon. And that's not true. I mean, in the broader picture it is, because when you're buying from Amazon. But there's typically a seller that is part of that deal. There are some products that are direct sold to you by Amazon, but a lot of them aren't, and you have to look very carefully at the product. Look around in there, it'll say something about this seller or something along that line. This is really important, because this will affect your ability to return things sometimes, and other items like that you need to pay close attention to. Who sells the product? Sometimes a specific seller may restrict your ability to return the item, or it may have strict conditions under which you can return the item, and sometimes they may not have adequate customer service that you're hoping for. So be real careful to watch for who's selling the product. And for the last one, the one mistake that you'll want to avoid is not looking at the return policy. This is, of course, extremely important. If you have a problem with the product that you buy, you want to be able to return the product. You want to find out what the refund protocols and conditions are. Because when you buy on Amazon, it'll typically tell you what the return window time is. And if you have a problem with it, you need to return it within that window period. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to return it. So there you have it. 10 habits that you can form and use every time you go on to Amazon to make a purchase or look at a product. You can call them 10 mistakes, but it's more fun and more positive to call it 10 habits that you can, good habits that you can develop for shopping on Amazon. I hope this video has been helpful to you. If it has, I'd sure appreciate it if you could like and subscribe, and even share this video with somebody who may be able to learn something helpful from it. Thanks so much for watching.